And it's the hottest entertainment stories coming up next. Hello and welcome to Tea Time. I'm Tokumbo Taiwo here with my co-anchors Elsie Godwin and Ife Oshunkaya.
What's up?
What's up? What's good? What's hot?
I'm blessed.
Good. Elsie, you're quiet.
I'm good.
You're good. Okay, let's just delve right in. We're starting with Jason Bonham, who retracts story about Jimmy Page giving him cocaine at 16. Okay, so one of the things that was interesting about the story is that first of all he tells everyone that that they gave him cocaine at 16, and then later on
he had a story behind it. It's not just they gave me cocaine. Like he had like a story, right? That he went into a room or something and saw him with some women, and then he was offered and asked, "Have you had this before?" And he said yes. You know, I don't know how you have that kind of story and then you come out to retract it. I don't understand it.
Yeah, because the person that I think that gave him was saying that nothing of the sort ever happened, or that he doesn't remember. So it's like one of them is obviously lying. You know, because I think it's going to have like some kind of damaging effect on their reputation. But these days people will smoke, or I don't know.
No, he's offering to a child. I mean, he's 16, or he was 16.
16
right?
at the time.
That's damaging.
Yeah, but 16, I don't know. It's not like age of...
it was a minor at the time.
At the time?
Yeah.
Okay.
What were you going to say? It wasn't age of...
Not taking cocaine.
Exactly. Yes.
Are you saying it's legal for a 16-year-old to take?
I mean, we have children that are under 16 that smoke and take... I know, but I'm saying... anyway, Ife, what's your take?
Well, I just think for him to retract this, obviously there are going to be consequences for giving drugs to a minor. So which is why the person he said gave him drug must have told him, you better go retract that statement. And he also clarified that he's not going to speak on this issue again or grant any interview on it again. So I think he just nullified his first story and he's not going to talk about it again. So whatever it is, he has retracted it, so you can't use it against him again. So smart move.
So what if it was true and he's doing this retraction
obviously it's true
because there's been an agreement or some...
Obviously it's true. I don't think he would say...
What is obviously is true? What if he was lying?
I don't think he would say it if it wasn't true, because they said he was supposed to use some and it was supposed to be for the whole band, but he used it, and they said the person who gave it to him said, "You're just like your father," and his father was known to be a real cokehead. So,
but you know, when you take cocaine, you're under the influence. Do you think by any chance that he's actually mistaken the person that actually gave it to him?
I wouldn't know.
If I was considering it, yes. So, what do you think that there's some possibility because of the quantity of cocaine? Yes. Yeah. So let me come back to you, Elsie. Do you think by any chance?
I responded first. I wouldn't know. I have no idea. I don't know how
the effect works. So
really?
But I doubt they lose their memory.
No, it's not the memory. It's like how do I say? You think this is what happened, but actually happened somewhere else with another person.
They said the high of cocaine is like that of listening to music. So I think we've all had cocaine one time or the other by listening to music.
No, that one is said by people that are just trying to justify what they do. It is not the same thing. I don't want
They said it's the euphoria that really counts, and the euphoria of music is just like the high of cocaine.
Maybe
well, that is according to
like
facts.
Alcohol,
Guys?
Maybe.
Yes. Let's move on.
Before some kids start
trying to dabble into music.
Like, is it music and
exactly.
Is it the same?
It's not music.
Exactly. Next up.
I didn't say it to...
Next up, Tonto Dikeh's manager denies endorsing Olakunle Churchill. Okay, Elsie, what are you saying about this?
Am I working for the foundation? Why are you coming to me? But I don't even know why he's coming out to deny the endorsements and then still trying to still be on the good side of Churchill, saying we don't know tomorrow who will be who tomorrow. I mean, the good book of everybody. I don't understand what he's trying to do, but I guess he needs to do it to still remain in the good books of Tonto Dikeh, I'm guessing. So I don't understand their story.
Let's see if there's another theory by Ife.
To be honest, I really don't care if you endorsed him or not. their relationship didn't work out. You really don't have to deny, and you really do not owe us any explanation. Whether you endorsed him or you did not endorse him. They were two grown adults. And they decided to get married, and their marriage didn't work out. So why are you coming out to explain to me? So when I saw the story, I was
PR? Is it PR?
No,
maybe it's
not
a case
PR,
of what he's getting from Tonto is way higher from what he's getting from Churchill. Or
and then they're saying people are backlashing that he endorsed a negative person for Tonto.
Well, how is he a negative person, though? Because when it comes to Churchill and Tonto Dikeh, what we've always had is allegation. This one said, did this happen like this? It's not like anybody has come out to give us proof to say, for example, he killed somebody also. So I'm not going to label him a bad man because he had a failed marriage. Yeah. Or because he's having
or because Tonto is saying he's a bad man.
You know, or because there's a bitter issue between him and his ex-wife. I'm not going to label him a bad man because of that. So I don't know why he's coming out to retract. I don't know what's going on in that space.
He said initially when they gave him the magazine, it was like, this one that is Churchill that is in front. Anyways, and they took a few pictures and then he
left.
Like, so why are you telling us?
Were you not thinking at that point while you were taking the picture? Why didn't you say, I don't want to be part of this issue of this magazine?
You know, it's one of those stories, you'll be like, what is the moral of your story? You know? Like, the question is... Sharon, yeah.
That's why I think part of me just thinks it's an attempt at relevance.
For the guy?
Yes.
Well, I still wouldn't recognize him even after the story. So.
All right, let's go on a quick break. When we return, we'll be bringing you scoop on broadcaster Emma Ugoli. Don't touch it and don't change it. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. You're watching Plus TV Africa, and this is Tea Time.
I loved the energy when I came in here. It was so positive. I was like, I can live here.
My real names are Akbofio Fobo, Akbolubome Mere.
I think my father is a comedian because most times when he calls me, he's like, yo, make sure you use condom, you know, them girls out there.
So are you telling me I should have shot my shots?
Ife, you are my younger brother.
Age is nothing but a number. What? I'm a vampire.
I believe in equal rights for women, and I also believe that a man is the head of the house, so we need to draw our limits somewhere.
It feels so good. Now can I do my jam now?
Yeah, you can.
Thank you.
Welcome back. It's Tea Time on Plus TV Africa, and we're about to bring you this scoop on broadcaster Emma Ugoli, who reveals how Indian doctor swapped kidney donated to him by his sister. Okay, so I feel very sad for this.
Nothing we will negotiate.
I'm like, it's really, really, really terrible.
They're now swapping body parts.
Okay, let's even start from the very beginning, because they had made preparations and research regarding where was cheaper. So they compared it with the US, and they discovered that the India was cheaper.
For $30,000.
Exactly, and then they decided to travel all the way there, and by the time they came back, okay, when they traveled there, they actually had the surgery, the transplant and everything, and apparently they were supposed to do some kind of test, but the doctor said, you know, that these things take time or something like that, and they came back to Nigeria. And then I think it was his own personal doctor that actually checked him out here, and then eventually they discovered that this is not the kidney that this is not his sister's kidney, because apparently it was bigger and was not in the same dimension with what.
I don't know if it was bigger, but in terms of size.
Yes. Okay, yes. I think that's what I was trying to say. Yeah, so this is, and apparently it's had some kind of repercussions as well, because he was saying something about having swollen legs. Yes, so this is really scary stuff.
A bad kidney.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Not a bad kidney, but not one that's functioning suitable as much as the one you were supposed to have.
And but the thing is, we don't know if this was intentional or if it was an error. But because you know, the thing is, I don't want us to jump into conclusions where, because you know, in lots of hospitals, there's always the issues of error. We've heard of cases where children are swapped, not intentionally.
Not in the case of, I mean, I did not go there to buy, or you told me there is a kidney available, bring money.
Okay.
So you could say, oh, maybe while we were bringing it out from the kidney bank, if there's something like that, you took the wrong one. You're supposed to take it from his sister
And put it
and
immediately.
put it into him. So there is no mistake that is excusable here. And this is not the first time someone is coming out to talk about India and how, I mean, back here, most of us feel like once you have any medical issues, once you go to India, they have all the spare parts and all the whatever they need to fix it. But people are raising alarm now to let them know that there is, should I call it scam some form of
corruption
scam going on. Because a guy came out to say something, I don't know if it's early this week or late last week. I think we have that on the screen also. He was talking about how his mom passed. They first of all lure you to the country with cheaper amounts. I mean, when you compare it to what you get in
elsewhere,
the US, you say, oh, it's cheaper, and then you go there. When you get there, you realize you're going to pay like double, right? And it is not 100%. He talked about how his mom had more issues after going there, and they had to spend, in fact, it wasn't double. They
But
spent
actually,
like,
do you know what? I don't
times
like
10,
to. Yes, I don't like to generalize, but like when I was in the UK as well, my dealings with them, what Elsie was saying just now just like resonated with me, because one time I asked for a quote for something, for them to do something for me, and they gave me a quote which was reasonable. By the time I went there, they was like, no, that they can't collect this amount for what they want to do for me. And I think they didn't double it, but it was much more than, you know, if I had shopped around elsewhere. So I'm like, when you were talking about that resonated with me. But like I said, I can't generalize, you know, but if it has happened to someone like myself in the UK, you know, then people going all the way to India, we've always known that, you know, India has some element of corruption, but how the extent to which it has gone is not what I can say for a fact.
There's also an allegation that they are in collaboration with some of the
Nigerian doctors here,
because they get some percentage when they send people over there, you know. So this is extremely sad.
Yeah,
like,
let's even leave that aside. Let's even talk about like the consequences in someone's physical body. It's just a complete nightmare. I'm like, my body's turning cold just imagining, knowing that someone else is.
This is the reason why he started battling the dialysis just so soon, right? He was supposed to be able to chill and rest. I mean, it was a perfect fit with his sister, and that was like a saving grace. And suddenly we are back to square one again.
All right, Elsie, let's hear from Ife. He's gone very quiet. Maybe he has like a bombshell to drop.
It just takes me back to the government. I'm so sorry, I'll keep bashing the government, but if our health system or healthcare system was good enough, people will not have to travel to India, to America, to London. Our president will not have to go and check his hair in London and go for 100 days. All those things sound very unreasonable to me. You don't hear of Donald Trump traveling. You can't tell me Donald Trump hasn't been sick since he's been in office. Of course he has, but he hasn't left his country to go treat himself in India. So the government, Oshibanjo, President Muhammadu Buhari, please do something about our healthcare system.
I like how you all now remember Oshibanjo first before Buhari. Please, Buhari is your president. Call him friend.
All right, before we take our next story, we'll take a quick break and we'll see you in a moment or two. You're watching Plus TV Africa, and this is Tea Time.
I loved the energy when I came in here. It was so positive. I was like, I can live here.
My real names are Akbofyofobo, Akbolobomemere.
I think my father is a comedian, because most times when he calls me, he's like, yo, make sure you use condom, you know, them girls out there.
So are you telling me I should have shot my shots?
Ife, you are my younger brother.
Age is nothing but a number. What? I'm a vampire.
I believe in equal rights for women, and I also believe that a man is the head of the house, so we need to draw our limits somewhere.
It feels so good. Now can I do my jam now?
Yeah, you can.
Welcome back. It's tea time right here on Plus TV Africa, and we're moving on to our next story, which is on Kim Foxx deputies who have resigned after Jussie Smollett's scandal. Okay. Yes, Elsie, you're all smiles.
You guys don't make me talk.
No,
Exactly.
no, we are coming to you. Jussie Smollett, advocate. No, it's not advocate. Jussie Smollett,
You're looking for the word. Okay.
Critic.
critic. Nah, it's not critic. You're just trying to look at the facts and you're not criticizing him. But just let us into your observations.
First of all, text messages were released earlier this week of Kim Foxx to the FOP. I've forgotten what the F stands for, but of police, the F of police. It was saying that she actually recused herself because 16 counts, which you have always stated was too much. That if you lie to the police 16 times, then they can do 16 counts. And then the responses to the messages were, okay, we will look into it, I'll speak to this person out. So the difference is like, okay, she was still meddling with the case even after recusing herself. And then she now said that it is not an official recusal, it is colloquial. So it is crazy. I really don't understand what that means. What do you mean?
She's just a
yes, I think she's just confused, and I think she's been.
Yeah, go on.
She's
say
been what?
She's been.
I think she's been.
There's some
Said
kind
her
of corruption.
recusal was
taking
not
place
formal.
here.
Yeah.
She did not mean it in the legal sense.
That I was
But
colloquial.
instead, I'm like, what are you talking about?
Exactly, like, and colloquial means informal. So you're saying your recusal was not formal, it was
And then you
informal,
announced
but
it.
yet another judge is now in charge of the case. So how is that not formal? If it's informal, then somebody else shouldn't take over the case. So I think this is a whole messy situation. I just hope she's not going to get herself into some trouble.
There's
after,
some kind of corruption going on
after
somewhere.
all
I mean,
of
we've
this.
always known that
And,
for the way this case is going, something is fishy somewhere.
Some very fishy. And then I also think that the two people that resigned, it's to further put pressure on Kim Foxx. You know, I have a feeling that them resigning.
I don't think they were in support of judgment initially, because the day 16 counts were brought against Jussie, one of them left. One of them left like that day, the day that the 16 count charges were brought against him, and then one left on Tuesday. Yeah, so it's so, I don't know, I just feel like there's something fishy, and there's still more to the story, and I believe that we're still going to.
The truth would eventually come out.
Will definitely
on all
come out,
on all parts, on Kim Foxx,
On
you know, Jussie, even the police department.
For his lawyer to be able to maintain, to say, oh, we are not paying anything, rather let the whole documents go public, then you know there is something someone somewhere is trying to hide, and it's not looking good.
And I think every party actually has something to hide, not just Jussie, the police department, and then.
Do you think anybody cares about Jussie right now?
Exactly.
No,
There's
it is the police
definitely
department that they're trying to, you know. But we'll see how.
And everyone is like saying that, you know, they're saying the truth. They are like, you know, pay for all of the investigations, and I'm like, it doesn't really work like that. For them to be biased towards him paying the sum of fees that they've said, you know, then they should ask everyone else to pay.
And I won't be surprised if the what's he called now, the man who granted the press conference doesn't even know the level of deep this has gone, right? So he's just talking from a moral standpoint, right?
Okay.
So we'll see how this plays out.
If final thoughts?
We'll see how this
Watch
plays
this
out.
space here. All right, that's where we draw the curtains right here. Join us on Monday for fresh entertainment stories. Until then, a big thank you to both of my anchors, Ife and Elsie, the entire production team as well. I am Tokumbo Taiwo, and as they say in French, au revoir.